Hello, MFL Year 33 players. Here is your third ever video update regarding Silent Bidding Round 1, Phase 3. There's a document that has been posted in the chat, and that document shows you basically what you need to know. And if you don't want to listen to my video update, you don't have to. I have received some positive feedback, though, from some folks, and I really appreciate that. So I will continue doing so, and I will not cough into the mic. That was an oops for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely going improv. I'm not, I'm checking my sound mixture, making sure my mic is on, and then I'm just rolling. That's it. And so yeah, it's supposed to have a little spontaneity to it, to be honest. Let's go to this document. We'll review it together. We have 3 players who have been signed by teams as a result of no second bid was made by the bidder or bidders, if you will. So Chase Brown, Brian Thomas, Jacoby Myers, those people should already be on rosters, on the correct rosters, and they must be marked as keepers now because they have been signed for that amount. There's a pretty extensive list here of people who do need to be matched or not matched in our final phase of round 1. I did not bother putting all the bids on the sheet now. The only ones I put on were the highest bid and the current roster holder, the current owner. So, for example, Drake May is currently on Army's roster. The bid is 46 points by Toledo. So, either Army or Toledo will get that player. If you were outbid, and I don't remember if anyone was outbid on Drake May, I've already erased that from my brain. But if you were outbid by Toledo, then that money that you had kind of segmented for Drake May can now be spent somewhere else. You're off the hook, basically. But yeah, Army is also going to have to make a decision on Tucker Kraft and also going to have to make a decision on Chris Godwin. And I can tell you there's going to be some tough decisions there because Army has blown through some money. That's for sure. They have spent more than anybody so far. But we'll get together. We'll make sure that the math holds up, and we'll get that right. Baker Mayfield is currently with the Posse. He will need to be matched or not matched at 96. That bid by Toledo. Bo Nix, very popular bid candidate. Leavenworth bid 65, and Posse will need to decide whether or not to match him as well. So Mayfield and Nix on the Posse roster will need to know if you're matching or not matching. Derrick Henry, currently on the Ass Kickers roster, 102 points by the Knights. I actually want to check that because I didn't think it was 102. But maybe it is. Yeah, it is. 102. All right. Sometimes I worry about typos. Bucky Irving, 50 points by CDs. That's going to be a decision by the Gray Squirrels. Jahmyr Gibbs, 100 points by the Posse. That's going to be a decision by the Coyotes or Coyotes, depending on your pronunciation. Brock Bowers with the Gray Squirrels is going to have to be matched or not matched at 50 points by Army. And I can tell you, Army can afford that 50 points. That's not a problem. The problem is Army probably cannot afford to match all the other stuff. So again, we'll be talking about that for sure. Tucker Kraft by Army on the Army roster, 15 points by Leavenworth. We talked about that a little bit. Darnell Mooney on the Ass Kickers, 12 points bid by Cleveland. Matthew Stafford on the Crashlets, Cleveland's roster. 20 points by the Coyotes. Going to have to match that or not. And then we already talked about Chris Godwin. Again, when it comes to round 2, which I have a feeling will probably start sometime tomorrow. Wait until I have told you I submitted my bids. I did have someone asking me about it, and I have them written down. But I want to make it official and submit them, if you will, through the technology, so I get the timestamp on it. And then once I do that, I'll post it in the chat and I'll just say, hey, you guys can send me your bids. I'll probably also, just to be honest, let you know once we get done with phase 4 here. I'll probably just go ahead and do it before I make a video update. So I'll have it done at that point as well. Keep in mind, you get the extra keeper if you sign someone from another team, and I'll keep track of that. But you guys also keep track of that. And it's going to be interesting. I don't know if that's going to be that useful, to be honest. By the time you get to that 13th, 14th spot on your roster, I have a feeling it's going to be maybe a kicker or a defense or something like that. It's probably not going to be that big a deal. We did have an instance with Alexander Madison, who has had season-ending surgery. And in the past, I have only refunded half the money. In my commissioner brain, though, we were not done with phase 1 yet, or with round 1 yet. And I really feel like, number one, since it's a kind of an inconsequential amount of money, and number two, the timing on it was remarkably specific and close. Like this all was really almost going on simultaneously. It was very easy just to back it up and just to kind of pretend like that bid didn't happen. That person, of course, who bid on Madison kind of loses that bid. I mean, they could have bid on someone else. So there is a kind of a penalty there. But they also lose the keeper, which is kind of the bigger deal to me. If we back all that up, then that means, that we're not doing that keeper for Madison that we were going to do. And that's maybe the more important part than the money. So that's why on the money part, I didn't worry about it that much. It was only 4 points out of 559. Probably not that big a deal. If anyone has any issues, of course, you're welcome to talk to me about it. I love the debate. I love the conversation. And again, I kind of like the idea of every owner having a more of a say, more like almost like a veto power, rather than just doing like a, hey, majority rules, or having me just, arbitrarily decide everything. It doesn't have to be that way, that's for sure. So we are about to wrap up round 1, and this has been very efficient. We have been doing extremely well on this. I still think we're going to be done with plenty of time to get our keepers put together and locked in before our keeper deadline runs out. And again, keep in mind there's an auction coming up the Saturday night of Labor Day weekend. If you can't make it, you can set your pre-bids and limits on certain players and that sort of thing. And you can let the computer handle it for you if you want to. Maybe even do that just in case the Wi-Fi goes out or something. We had somebody with that problem last year. So, just kind of, more preparation is better for everybody. I might be rambling now, so I'm going to call this one good. And I will be back in touch with you guys at the conclusion of phase 4 of round 1. And at that point, again, if I have my bids submitted, which I probably will, we will be ready to get round 2 bids going. But I suspect that'll be sometime tomorrow. All right. Y'all stay safe. I'll talk to you again.